Hello everyone, your real estate expert Lance Moore, and I want to go over the housing market statistics for Tampa in April. And as you can see from this information, we are in a very hot market still. It's a complete seller's market. The problem is there's a lot of home buyers and realtors and even lenders that don't really understand the type of market we're in. So I'm going to go over a couple things that's happened to some folks this month in some transactions I've had. I've been on the listing side. So, I had over the weekend one thing where an agent submitted an offer and the seller verbally agreed to the offer. And the agent figured she had a couple days to get the seller the documentation. She never got the seller the signed documentation from the buyer, and she wasn't returning her phone calls or emails or text messages. So the seller ended up taking another offer that came in that was better than hers. And I sent her an email and I'm like, hey, why aren't you calling me back? Why aren't you giving me the signed contract? And she finally called me back and she was just absolutely as mad as a hornet. And I didn't really say anything to her. I said, look, it's the seller's decision. Why didn't you call me back? Why didn't you email me? I sent you a text as well. I didn't hear from you. And she was just really, really complacent, and that's not the type of real estate agent you want in this market. I had another situation, and this is pretty sad. We had a buyer that was supposed to close on the 1st of April, didn't close. We had an extension to the 29th of April, and it did not close. The agent was supposed to get us an extension, did not get the extension in time, and we had another offer come in that was substantially higher, and the seller took it. Now we were not under contract, but the poor buyer lost probably $350 for an inspection, $500 for the appraisal. Then you have termite inspection they lost money for, survey. The seller was going to go after the earnest money because they missed 2 closing dates. And then the buyer didn't have a place to live, and he was distraught for him and his family, and all because the lender didn't close the deal. And the real estate agent was just really, really lackadaisical and didn't give us the addendum. So I just bring this stuff up because if you're looking for a real estate agent, you need to get someone who really understands the market that we're in, someone who's very experienced, and someone who's going to go after things like a pit bull, not just sit around and wait, because these things are happening. There are multiple bids. So I wanted to get that out of the way first, and then we'll go over what's going on in the market. So you could see actives are down a little bit, pendings are up a little bit, and sales are up a little bit as well. As you could see, the supply and demand, the inventory rate has dropped from around 2.5 months inventory to about 2.38 months inventory. So the inventory is still really low. And pending to active sales also has gone up. It's gone up from 83% to 89%. So this is really across the board as well. So let's go into the April statistics, look at things a little bit closer, and you could see the active, pending, and active with contract, and then solds. So if we look here, 100 to 200,000, look at how tight the market is. 1.13 months of inventory. That is just crazy low. Up to 300,000, 2.24 months of inventory. Again, crazy low. It's just, it's really tough for buyers out there, and especially buyers who might need help having the seller pay their closing costs, because if it's a nice house in a nice area for a fair price, it's going to have multiple offers. There's a good chance, certainly up to $200,000 or $300,000. Most all my listings are getting multiple offers right now, and a lot of times the buyer that gets them is the buyer that has all their ducks in a row, lending-wise, and with the real estate agent who's very aggressive. So again, a lot of times people think, hey, all real estate agents are the same. I'm finding out on my side, and I've known this for years, they're not all the same. So be very careful if you're a buyer and who you hire. And if you're a seller, be very careful as well, because a lot of real estate agents are just telling people whatever they want to hear to lock down the listing. And then they're keeping you in a long-term listing agreement for 6 to 12 months. So be careful in that as well. Anyhow, if you have any questions on anything, don't hesitate to contact me. You could leave a comment. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share it to anybody that you know might be buying or selling a home. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have a wonderful day.